As a supplier, you often don't necessarily have a choice. In terms of materials and processing, you make advanced deliveries to your customers. This renders large loans from banks absolutely necessary. Settlement often extends over months. This often leads to liquidity bottlenecks and is a real pain in the neck. Comparing just how much effort you need to put in to get a loan really makes you think. Added to this, there are a number of uncertainties to take into account. First, you have to make an appointment with your bank, but even this can prove to be difficult. Missing deposits into your account can lead to temporary liquidity problems. And what if one of your representatives is simply unable to be there, but your bank considers this to be necessary? Only very rarely do banks grant a loan after just one visit. Lengthy audits with third-party reports are often required. Perhaps your counterpart doesn't really know your company, is unaware of a lot of the details and demands additional information which complicates the granting of the loan. It's often the case that legal framework conditions change very quickly or the economic situation is rapidly altered. All this makes the hurdles for obtaining a necessary loan all the higher. A good deal of time is used up without having a new appointment, you need additional documentation, only to then learn a few weeks later that the loan wasn't granted. It would all be much easier if you, as a reliable company, could get your money when you want it. That's why we're here to support you with our cash-on-demand model for a fast, reliable, and smooth payment process. There's only you as the supplier and us as the customer. We don't need any business reports or piles of paperwork. Just a second person on your side who's there to ensure a four eyes principle and thus provide maximum security. In this way, you remain independent of the banks. Your receivables from us are available 24/7. You decide when you want to get your money. And in this way, you get the flexibility you need. The biggest advantage at Sonepar being independent of crises or the economic framework conditions in Germany. To this end, the amount in question is at your disposal within 10 days, regardless of whether there are holidays or weekends in between. Overall, cash on demand is ideal in times of increased liquidity needs, for example, in the case of larger investments, product launches, trade fairs, or less predictable phases. You can practically make use of cash on demand on a daily basis, independently of third parties, and all this with just 4 to 5 minutes of effort. Sounds simple? It is. The entire process takes less time than you'd need, for example, to pour a cold beer. This is the Sonepar Cash on Demand. With idea, with passion, with you. Sonepar.